Istanbul packs an extraordinary amount into just 2 days with kids. You can walk through one of the world's great mosques, stand inside a 1500-year-old cathedral turned mosque, get lost in a covered market with 4,000 shops, and cruise the strait that splits Europe from Asia, stopping on the Asian side along the way. This video walks through a complete 48-hour itinerary. Day 1 is based entirely around Sultanahmet's old city, on foot, and Day 2 moves north to the Spice Bazaar, Galata, and a Bosphorus Cruise. We will give you real timings, honest practical detail, and a workable plan for the 2 days. There is a link to a full printable version with all the prices and times in the description below, and this is completely free to download and use. If you do find this video useful, don't forget to subscribe. We are adding new destinations to our catalogue constantly, and subscribing makes sure you won't miss any new videos. A few practicalities before we start the itinerary itself. Turkey uses the Turkish lira, and cards are accepted almost everywhere, though it's worth carrying some cash for small vendors, bazaars, and street food. English is widely spoken in the tourist areas, though it's worth learning a few words of Turkish. For drinks, snacks, and anything you've forgotten, look out for BM, Shock, and A101, which are budget supermarket chains found all over the city, and a much cheaper option than the cafes and shops right around the main sites. Getting around varies between the 2 days. Day 1 is almost entirely walkable, since the major sites in Sultanahmet sit close together. Day 2 starts with the T1 tram from Sultanahmet to Eminönü, and an Istanbul cart is worth getting as soon as you land, since it covers tram, metro, and ferry, and one card can be tapped for the whole family. For anything the tram doesn't cover, like reaching the Bosphorus Cruise departure point, a taxi or a ride-hailing app such as Uber or the local Bataxi app is the simplest option. Central Sultanahmet has some steep, cobbled streets, so a stroller that folds and carries easily will save some frustration if you're travelling with very young children. If you're visiting the Blue Mosque, it closes to tourists 5 times a day for prayer, each closure around 90 minutes, and remains closed until early afternoon on Fridays, so it's worth building some flexibility into your plans. Headscarves are provided free at the entrance for women, and everyone needs shoulders and knees covered. One more thing worth knowing about is the Museum Pass Istanbul, which covers many museums and palaces across the city. It doesn't cover Hagia Sophia or the Blue Mosque, so it isn't necessary for this itinerary, but if you're planning to add extra paid museums beyond these 2 days, it can work out as good value. Day 1 starts at 10 AM with a guided walking tour covering the Blue Mosque, the Hagia Sophia exterior, and Old Town Sultanahmet, including the Hippodrome, booked in advance through GetYourGuide. It's the most efficient way to see the headline sites with kids in tow, since a guide keeps things moving and explains what you're looking at, rather than you trying to piece together the history yourselves. The Blue Mosque itself is free to enter with no booking required, and it's included in this walking tour. It is a spectacular building, and one that even kids tend to appreciate. Hagia Sophia is different, but equally impressive, if not more so. If you want to go inside Hagia Sophia rather than just seeing the exterior, entry tickets are an optional extra on the same tour and need to be booked separately. The 2 buildings are very close together, so you can see both without too much walking in between, and the tour continues on to cover the main sites in the surrounding area. Allow around 2.5 to 3 hours for the full walking tour. From there, head for lunch in Sultanahmet, where kebab houses and lokantas serve grilled meats, meze, and pide. In the early afternoon, spend some free time at the Hippodrome and Sultanahmet Square, the free open space between Hagia Sophia and the Blue Mosque. You will have already seen the main sites like the Egyptian obelisk and the German fountain during your walking tour, but this is some time to let the kids run around after lunch, and gives you the chance to soak in the atmosphere and relax before the afternoon. Next is the Grand Bazaar, which is one of the largest covered markets in the world with over 4,000 shops. Entry is free and bargaining is completely normal, but it is closed on Sundays. So if your day 1 happens to fall on a Sunday, it's worth swapping the order of your 2 days around, allowing an hour to an hour and a half. After the bazaar, head back to your accommodation around 4 PM for a rest before the evening. After a bit of time to refresh, Day 1 ends with dinner in Sultanahmet, where there's a wide choice of Turkish restaurants and no reservation usually needed outside peak summer. Round the day off with a proper Turkish dessert like baklava or künefe at one of the dessert shops nearby. It's a small thing, but it's one of those details that makes a trip feel complete. Day 2 shifts the focus north. Start around 10 a.m. by taking the T1 tram from Sultanahmet to Eminönü, a journey of around 10 minutes. From there, it's a short walk to the Spice Bazaar, which is a covered market for spices, Turkish delight, and dried fruit. Entry is free and it's open daily, including Sundays, so it's a useful alternative to the Grand Bazaar if your timing doesn't work out. Allow 45 minutes to an hour. Next, walk across the Galata bridge past the fishermen lining the rails over to Karaköy and the Galata Tower area. Walking across the bridge is free. If you want to go up the tower itself, that's a separate paid ticket not included in this itinerary. The tower is worth seeing, and the views from the top are spectacular, but we felt that tickets were a little expensive and chose to focus our time elsewhere. Allow around 45 minutes for the walk across the bridge and a casual stroll around the area. For lunch, Karaköy or Eminönü are both great spots for balık ekmek, the classic grilled fish sandwich sold by the water, along with döner and lahmacun. After lunch, we get to the highlight of day 2, which is the Bosphorus Cruise with a stopover on the Asian side, booked through GetYourGuide and rated 4.8 stars. This is a small yacht cruise with a stop at Kanlıca on the Asian side. It is important to note that this cruise departs from Dolmabahce Mosque, which is not walkable from Karaköy or Eminönü, so budget time and cost for a taxi or public transport to get there. The tour itself lets you see the city from the water and is a lovely and relaxed way to get a different perspective of Istanbul. Once you're on board, allow around 2.5 hours for the full trip. Back on dry land, stop for Dondurma, the famously stretchy Turkish ice cream, often served with a bit of theatre by the vendor. Kids tend to remember the show. After this, head back to your accommodation for a rest before the evening, then head back out for one final dinner in Sultanahmet, Karaköy or Beyoğlu, depending on where you're staying. This is a good chance to try any of the Turkish food that you haven't managed to try already. And that is 48 hours in Istanbul with kids, covering the Blue Mosque, Hagia Sophia, the Grand Bazaar, the Spice Bazaar, and a Bosphorus cruise with a stop on the Asian side. The full printable version of this itinerary, with all the costs and practical tips, is available to download in the description below. If you find this video useful, please subscribe so you don't miss what comes next. New videos go up regularly, and everything is also on the website at tiredbuthappytravel.com, where you'll find written guides and more content alongside the videos. If there's anything you'd change about this itinerary, or somewhere you'd like to see us cover in a future video, leave a comment below. We read all of them, and it genuinely helps other viewers to hear about different experiences or to benefit from some local knowledge. Happy travels, and enjoy Istanbul.